Hey, Coach, welcome. So glad you found us on YouTube. Let me know how I can help. As you can see, I've won lots of championships. I've won my fair share of balls behind. Run one of the best high school programs in the country. Coached a bunch of NBA guys. Let me help you become a better basketball coach. This video is just one small piece. Let me mentor you. Teachhoops.com. Click down below or above. We'll help you do that. It is the one-stop shopping for basketball coaches. But the best part is you get a Yoda, you get a mentor. I will help you. You'll get my personal email address. You will get one-on-one calls, office hours, you name it. We will help you become a better basketball coach. Enjoy. All right. Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Take two. Take two. Post Christmas, depending. Coach is going to say maybe not
Yeah,
post
it's gonna
Christmas.
depend. Depends when you
Depends when you
listen.
listen.
That's
Uh,
right.
Hope everyone was on the nice list. I'm not sure I was this year. I'm hoping I was on the nice list. Um, anyway, uh, we let's give a big shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sponsors. Yeah, coaches, go check out Game Changer. Go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops. Again, gc.com/coaching youth hoops. It's a free app to help you manage your game stats, provide amazing feedback on what is going on in your game so you can make tweaks in your practice. Uh, it also allows you to give access to parents if they can't be present at the game. And it also breaks down film for you. gc.com/coaching youth hoops.
I know it is awesome. I use it a lot this fall. It's just a great way to. It's all one stop shop. That's what I like about it.
Yeah,
So
it's convenient. That's
it's
yeah,
convenient. Yeah,
easy.
and
No,
you tend to use things that are convenient. So
yes.
it's being
And
real.
especially, when you have a small staff of
Yeah,
one.
stuff of one. All right. So what's today's topic, Coach?
Today we are going to talk about can you have a killer instinct and also have fun at the same time? So basically mixing fun and competitiveness on a team. This came up because I hear this a lot with parents. I hear it with coaches as well. Is, oh, my son, my daughter, they don't take it seriously, right? And this is one of the lessons that I learned also this year. The players are different, and not everyone, we have this dream of, for our child to be, Michael Jordan. You step on the court and you have this look on your face that you just want to tear apart the person across from you, right? Or Ionescu, right? You just, they don't look like they're having fun. Now they may, but their look doesn't look like they're having fun, their outward appearance. And I used to struggle with that. It's like if they were goofing off in practice or in the game until this year where I just learned a really valuable lesson. I have this particular player on my team, and she is very talented. She is laughing and joking around with her other teammates during the game. She has these just great big smiles on her face all the time, but yet she gets after it. I just remember in this game the other day, she grabbed this rebound, just monstrous taller girl, grabbed this rebound, textbook, turned, pivoted, threw it out to the outlet. And after she did that, she's an eighth grader, right? She is running past the bench with a huge smile on her face, gets my attention and says, "Did you see that, coach?" Because it was perfect, right? And then I'm just like watching her throughout the game, like she's just hopping around but she's getting stops, she's getting making shots, she's getting rebounds, she's doing everything that she's supposed to with a ginormous smile on her face.
I would say that's the exception to the rule.
Okay. You
I mean,
would.
don't you think,
Yeah.
from having coached a long time? I think that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Um, I think the great ones don't look, I mean, for the most part, don't look angry when they're playing. I'm not sure they're
The great
smiling.
ones don't look angry when they're playing. That you think, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I'm not sure they're smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
but I don't think they look angry. I think there's a lot of again, married to psychologists. I think there's a lot of personality traits going on here. Um, I think you can be competitive and have fun. I do believe that can happen. Um, I think sometimes things work against each other a little bit. My son is sensitive and competitive.
Mm.
So those
Yeah.
um so those when especially when he was really like, it doesn't matter as much anymore, but when he was younger, that those were conflicting emotions that were hard. Super competitive like his father, but super sensitive like his mother, you know. Um so anyway, I think sometimes those can be conflicting, but I can see in my practices, my guys are having fun. They're having more fun when it's competitive.
Mm.
Like when we're doing things that are more competitive, it's more game like, it's more winner loser, it's more so I think there's a little bit of a nuance there. I mean, depending on the kid, depending on the team, depending on the coach, depending on a lot of things, I think. I don't know. What do you
Well,
think?
and then the feedback you always hear though with a player like that, oh, he or she doesn't take it seriously. It's like, I would have
Right,
thought that up until this point with this particular player. Oh, she takes it pretty seriously. She just approaches it differently,
right.
right? And
No,
I think what that means is you really have to, and we've said this before, and we know this, you have to look at your players as individuals and obviously get them to play as a team, but you have to assess them as individuals, and they're
I,
going to be different, right?
I agree. And that leads into one of our sponsors, coach. Look at that, right?
Yeah,
Individual stuff. Curve. Why don't
yeah,
you tell everybody about Curve?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, coaches, go check out coachingyouthhoops.com/health. Curve is giving us free assessments for the season, and what that means is you can get mental performance, sleep habits, nutrition, and injury prevention data on your athletes. We talk a lot about coaching the X's and O's, but yet ignore the physical and mental health of our athletes. Curve uses AI technology to do assessments right over the phone using your phone. You can also get players can get access to uh, personal coaches as well through text and or video. So go check it out, coaches, coachingyouthhoops.com/health. It's free to use for a limited time only.
It's a good URL too, coach. Coaching Youth Hoops
Nice and
forward
short.
slash health. Nice and short.
Yeah.
I know. We like those. Um, no, so going back to this, I think I mean like the player you were describing, I think,
Hmm.
there's a joy there too. And that's good. I
Right.
mean, there's a pureness with the game. Part of the
Exactly. Yeah.
it's part of the reason I still coach high school basketball, I think. Because I think you lose a little bit of that fun. I don't think you lose necessarily the competitiveness, but from having played college basketball, it's like, I mean, it's not a business because I played Division 3, but it feels like a business a little bit because the coach is trying to keep their job. I mean, it's just,
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. The pureness of the sport, I think it gets lost sometimes. And I think that's what she's experienced right now. And sometimes we see that at the youth level for sure. Um, yeah,
Well, and I think that's obviously where it still needs to be fun, right? This is at the youth level, and we have
right.
to try to make it fun. And will this girl go on to play in college? I don't know. Does she have the ability to? Absolutely. But she's just approaching the
Well,
game
she
a little
want
bit
to,
differently. Yeah, and does she want to? Right? That's
right.
another thing.
There's
Yeah.
lots of kids
So
that
she's going
can
to be a
and don't.
great high school player,
Right.
and what well, I had a conversation with her mom about this is will coaches accept her approach to the game, or will they just get frustrated because she doesn't have this scowl on her face like she just wants to tear somebody's head off, but
Right.
yet the performance shows it that she just gets after it. She does a great job, but she just smiles.
Right.
And so I think that again, at the end of the day, is know your players, treat
Right.
them. Everybody should be having fun at the youth level. You should make it fun. It should be fun. And yes, you do have to balance that competitive because that's also a trait that you need to teach, right? But I think we over-index on competitiveness and, forget the
Yeah.
fun part. Kids traveling around the United States, playing tournaments,
Right.
right?
Well, I think we
Three, four
over-index a lot
days
of
and
things
then,
sometimes as coaches
oh.
too, and it's really hard as a statistician. I think, yeah, but that's a whole different podcast on what we index as coaches. you know, I'm just saying it's like it's
Yeah,
true. What we look at, but you're right. I think that's what I was saying. I think it's an outlier. I think I mean, at least from my coaching
yeah,
experience,
yeah, I
that's an
totally agree.
out.
That's why I struggled with how to coach her the right way,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Right. And you can't like, my last great big, played at Dartmouth and played at Loyola, and great kid, first team all
Hmm.
state, high division one, whatever. His personality was not, I mean, but he was a great player. He was competitive. He wanted to win. He did whatever it took, but it wasn't that. Like it
Hmm.
was,
Hmm.
and he was having fun, but it wasn't like I'm going to rip your heart out and eat it for breakfast kind of thing.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Which I think, and that's where the indexing I think sometimes gets messed up. Um, my point guard this year super competitive, probably would fit the norm of what people look for, but that's his personality.
Yeah.
That's but I have other players in the team that are just as good that don't have that and are also having fun. I mean, you can have fun more than one way too, I think. But
It's true.
it goes back to what you said, 100%. This gig is about indexing and knowing them as individuals. I mean, I
Yes. No.
literally in
Yeah.
my head, I have a non Myers-Briggs breakdown in my head of each of my kids on my team. I mean, I just do. It's a personality test if people don't know that. And
Yeah.
I've never given them one, but in my head, I've got one. Like I got a
You're
junior.
doing the
I'm
assessment.
making those assessments. This kid
Yeah.
needs more hugs and he needs getting on. This kid needs this.
Mm.
This kid needs this. This kid needs just a hi, coach. Hi, how you doing? So and so. This kid needs constant praise. This kid needs constant, constructive criticism. Whatever. You, I think the great ones do that, and maybe don't even know they're doing it. And that's where that
Yeah.
fun competitiveness thing comes in. It's like some of them need to have fun and the competitiveness will come. Some of them, I don't know. I'm off on a side tangent. But
Well, and I think as a coach, again, as a youth coach, you do have to mix fun and being competitive and know your players should know when it's time to have fun in the true sense of fun and
right,
when it's time to get after it,
right. It's
right?
it's
And
those key words like the refocusing them in the classroom.
yeah,
Yes, yeah,
yeah. And you as a coach have to set those boundaries and you know, and
right.
then course correct either way when when needs to be because they need to know and learn. Or again, remember we're teaching. You're not going to know your tendencies and what you're looking for if you don't communicate and you don't teach.
Right, 100%.
So
All right,
I guess what we're saying at the end of the day, you can have both. You can be fun. It can have like pure joy and be competitive. Um, and as a coach, you should balance both of those as a youth coach.
I agree. All right. Anything else, Coach?
Uh, till next time, Coach.
All right.
We're
Till next
coming.
time.
Yeah,
End of the year. I
end of the
know.
year
End of the year.
approaching.
All right. Till next week. Hey, Coach, I'm glad you enjoyed that video. Let me know how I can help you become a better basketball coach. Teachhoops.com is one way that I can do that. I have coached at every level, won lots of championships, lots of rings. Let me know how I can help you become a better basketball coach on and off the court. So check out teachhoops.com for that.